Just checking this is working. Says my stream's healthy. So, I doubt anyone will probably ever watch this, so it doesn't really matter. Which is fine, actually. The only reason anybody really starts these things is because they're doing them for themselves. It still feels weird to talk to myself. It's not really something I do. So, I guess it's a bit of an odd thing to start doing. So, I suppose it's probably best to get off on the right foot and say, welcome to whatever this channel is going to be. I'm not really sure yet. Going with the cliche of saying I will add my voice screaming into the void with nothing really meaningful to say. I guess I'm mostly doing this for myself in what little time I do have to, for lack of a better description, enjoy myself and my time that I can spend on my own, which is quite little these days, but to be honest, I don't necessarily mind that. I've kind of intentionally hidden this channel from a lot of people I know because, and if you do find me, please don't make a big deal out of it, or even tell me. I'd rather you didn't, because I don't like hearing my own voice. Who does? But I suppose this channel is just going to be me playing some games every now and then. Maybe watching a couple videos. Just kind of some type of blog, I suppose. I don't want to share too much information about myself, but I feel like if it's going to be kind of a blog type channel, not just that of gaming, because as I get older, I admit it's becoming less and less alluring and meaningful to me. So I guess I'll start this as kind of a blog and see where it goes. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll end up in the back of an RV traveling around and doing one of those type of channels. But for now, I guess this is where this is starting. Hi. I suppose a bit about myself. I'm 31. I've been around a little while, I suppose. I guess I can say that now. And part of what convinced me to do something like this is I have had a couple channels in the past that have brought me some type of comfort, I suppose, when either I was trying to sleep, anxious, bored. The main one of those being Nagidal. Although I don't necessarily share his keen interest in things like Dwarf Fortress, I did enjoy watching them. They were fun, just kind of because of the stories they had. But I'm going off track already. I am blessed with the ability to work from home for now without a ridiculous level of responsibility, although that seems to be ever creeping. For a scientific related tech job. I won't go into too much detail. If anybody is at any point interested, maybe I'll elaborate a bit more on that, but I doubt that'll happen for a very long time, as it'll probably require constant uploads and interaction. So, you are correct, it is a Tuesday, and I am beginning my first stream on a Tuesday morning. I'm in the UK, so it's 11:45 a.m. here. But I just handed off fairly large pieces of work, and my work tends to come in waves. And right now I'm hitting that lull until somebody messages me. In which case I'll probably have to stop the stream and, or at least answer them while I'm streaming. I do have a fairly decent chunk of friends who play video games, but as we're getting older, that's not happening as much. It's probably the same for a lot of you out there around my age. Never been much of a console gamer. I lived with a couple who are my friends for 3 years. Now I'm in my own house. And I've never really owned a console. I just played some of the console games on all their consoles. Stuff like RDR2 and the Souls series. Namely Bloodborne and Demon Souls. I would say I'm not necessarily as into the Souls games these days. Especially Elden Ring. I wasn't necessarily the hugest fan of it. It was very good to start with, and I played with some of my friends, but I think it just I almost prefer the linearity, if that's a word, linearity of the original Souls games. Especially Sekiro. I've sunk many hours into that. It was my lockdown obsession back when that was a thing here. But these days I tend to focus more on not much really. I know everybody at the moment is playing Baldur's Gate 3. But I don't know, I suppose a lot of that magic is lost on me. I'm a bit of a patient gamer. I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike. I managed to get to Global Elite. I achieved that dream probably about 5 years ago now. And these days, the highest I've managed to get to again was Supreme or Legendary Eagle Master or something like that. I don't remember. But I think, you know, I'm 31, my reflexes are slowing, my reaction time is getting slower. And CS2 has just come out, just changing things up a bit. And the only maps I've ever really liked are Inferno, Overpass. I can't really think of many others. Played a bit of Mirage, but I was never a fan of the Dust 2 Mania. How long do I see that I've been speaking on this? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. So yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be playing. I have been playing a couple games of Dota 2. Um, Mainly because it's very odd, but I do find it a bit relaxing. Mainly, I suppose, because I don't necessarily take it very seriously. Uh, that and a couple of Dota 2 minigames, namely one called Atomic War, although I don't necessarily know why it has that name. So maybe I'll stream some of that. One of my friends really likes Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild? No, Hunter. Yeah, the Hunter Call of the Wild. Um, so I might play a bit of that. I don't doubt there'll be some other games here and there that I maybe start streaming. Maybe not. I'm just looking at my Steam library. But if I feel comfortable enough, maybe I'll just watch some YouTube videos, and I don't want to be any type of React type person. I feel like that's an absolute waste of space. No judgment to people who enjoy it. I don't necessarily need to hear people's input and pausing the video every 2 seconds. If they have anything to add, they should probably do so at the end, or anyway, rambling again. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I might, think for now I'm gonna grab a snack and maybe play a round of something or other. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of an introduction. I feel like Skyrim's too old to be playing these days, to be honest, unfortunately. Same with Oblivion and Morrowind, the charm is just kind of worn off for me. I modded Skyrim to hell and back, really. Same with Oblivion back in the day. But, I'm not really interested at all by Starfield. I've never really been a huge fan of the sci-fi genre. Especially, it seems like the equivalent of a No Man's Sky with loading screens. When what really intrigued me the most by No Man's Sky was the ability to take off and land on different planets. It seemed like a bit of a grindy game. I played it for a couple of hours, but it was too much of a grind for me. And it just seemed quite shallow. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. Anyway, nice to meet you. Maybe you'll see a cat in the background, if you're lucky. He's not very social for a cat.